I think the point of remaking the cover of the magazine is to accomplish something that you tried to do 20 years ago that you never got a chance to do.
The fact that you can recreate something that is still monumental, and obviously this time Grubb's gonna stick the shit out of it, so it'll be 20 years of a complete evolution.
We started building stuff, not even knowing what we were doing. I mean, building things that were completely illogical, unsafe.
So any idea that we remotely had, we did. So somebody randomly throwing out the idea like, let's make the biggest step up or flat bar ever was like, oh, easy. Let's go to Home Depot and see what the biggest pieces of wood we could find.
He was really close a long time ago. We replicated it, but I believe he's got it today. 20 years of experience. Who's going to learn more from that than Grubb, you know?
Well, how we came up with Pointless was just, you know, we were watching a lot of skate and snowboard stuff, and Shane and I always wanted to do something like kind of special that was like our scene. And we all started riding junior men's together, and then Pensacola Vans Triple Crown. Shane won it, and I believe I got third. And with those winnings, Shane bought a new camera and bought a computer, and that started Pointless.
Yeah, 20 years ago it would have been like in the prime of that Pointless era, whenever we were just crushing and hanging out, filming every day.
We were all collectively trying to change the vision of wakeboarding. We were taking the new crew to like the next level of what was truly possible in our visions. Like there was so much more snowboard and skate influence.
In the beginning, the rails really weren't a thing. The only rails that we kind of really seen was kind of like Byerly hitting some docks when Byerly built the PVC over the bug, and apart from a few stuff that like Byerly was kind of doing, like there really wasn't a lot of people like building. And that's why if you look at a lot of our rails, you zoom in on it, it is as janky as it gets.
And like I remember coming into those things just freaking, you know, my heart thumping, survival mode.
A lot of the rails we built to hit on wakeboards, and Grubb would pretty much come in and hit it on a wake skate and pretty much like burn all of us.
In the very beginning of Pointless, Grubb was, you know, still riding a wakeboard here and there. And in Incomplete, there's a couple 2-tree clips of Grubb hitting something on a wakeboard. And then after that, he's like, I'm done. And then anything we hit on a wakeboard, you can be sure as hell that Grubb was gonna hit it on a wake skate.
My name sound like nails on a chalkboard. Hit you harder than the darts on a dartboard. Damn it, man, I'm creepy like Candyman in a pair of hammer pants with a hammer in his hand. Say what you want, say what you wish, but say my name and it sound like you breaking a dish. Say my name.
I actually have pretty crazy memories of not even being home from high school. Would be at my parents' house before I even got home from high school. So they'd be out in the backyard building rails, and I remember coming home and all the boys were already working on this mega rail in my parents' backyard. So that thing was so big, it was like, I don't know what we were really thinking.
And well, Parks actually, it was the first session that he had back on the water after his first knee injury.
Like, I didn't want him to hit it because, I mean, he just had knee surgery and got cleared to ride recently. So, but he went out there just perfectly all the way up, back lips the top, and like in perfect style too, like just all the way up, still clean, drops, no problem, rides away. And it was like, you were mad at him for it, like, because he made it look so good.
And then Grubb goes out and he gave it a good effort. I mean, the fact that he even wanted to hit it on a wake skate, like I was saying earlier, is just mind-blowing. Yeah, he came off a little early and to the far outside, and you know,
if you actually fall to the outside, if you don't throw the handle back to the other side, the whole rail is pretty much getting torn down. So this isn't a rail that you can really mess up in a certain direction, and that kind of exact same thing happened a long time ago. Grubb fell off, handle caught it, ripped it down.
Grubb actually never landed it. I know that for sure. I have a vision in my head that I'll never forget of that thing just exploding into like toothpick-sized pieces of wood.
When you don't accomplish something that you did, and it was on the cover of the magazine, and it was something you could have done, but you didn't have more opportunities at it. So I think the point of remaking it and getting back out there is to accomplish something that you tried to do 20 years ago that you never got a chance to do?
All right, so yeah, the first issue of Alliance Wake ever featured a rail that we built out at Danny's house when we were filming for the Pointless video. And it was this big step up. It was like I don't know, it was probably 12 feet off the water or something, but at the time it was kind of like the biggest rail that had been built. And yeah, we got a cover out of it and a whole photo spread in the inside, and really kind of helped get Pointless on the map. And then yeah, obviously Incomplete came out and it was a great movie, and yeah, real heavy, and kind of changed everything for all of us involved. So it's been 20 years. That was back in 2000, and so now it's 2020, and yeah, we got the idea to rebuild that rail and hit it again. Yeah, for me, this rail has a ton of significance. It was my first cover ever. Even at the time, I really wasn't even pro yet, and then to get the cover of the first issue of Alliance, I mean, it blew me away when it happened, but it also kind of put me on the map, like at a time where our Pointless crew was like really getting a ton of exposure, and so now to recreate it here 20 years later and have the whole crew, out here, helping build it yesterday and then out here today to hit it and stuff. It's been a really cool reunion, and yeah, just super psyched on how everything's turning out and looking forward to hitting it.
Only 1 out of 10 were close. Like he would shoot the board off and not even make it across the top. And after he did that like 4 or 5 times, I'm like, I don't think he's gonna be able to get it. And lo and behold, like 38, 40 hits later, Grubb comes and drops perfectly. We all were just like stoked, happy, like celebrations happening, and it was the end of the day and the rail was done again. Like the rail's only existed for like 2 days in its entirety in the last 20, like the first time we built it, it was up for a day and it gets ripped down that night or whenever we shot. And then same with this one, as soon as Grubb makes it, next day tore back down. Just to see the whole, like accomplishment come full circle 20 years later is like, it's cool. It like tugs at those heartstrings because, he's one of the boys, and getting to be part of it and to cheer him on through it all is awesome.
There it is. Let's go, Grubb. Yeah!